Today, May 31st, marks 100 years since the Race Massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is one of the worst acts of racial violence in American history. It left a very prosperous black community in ruins.
And while the city marks that heart-wrenching milestone, Danya Backus reports on how Tulsa's black leaders and entrepreneurs hope to create a new chapter.
Have we scheduled for the Friday?
Guy Troop grew up in Tulsa, but the Greenwood district he knew bore no traces of the area once so prosperous. It was nicknamed Black Wall Street.
What was on Greenwood at that time was dilapidated buildings, pool halls, liquor stores, and churches. That was it. 100
years ago, Greenwood's thriving black business district was incinerated in one of the worst race massacres in American history. Troop hopes to resurrect some of that spirit, opening a coffee shop to encourage a new generation of black entrepreneurs.
And I'm confident that there's a network of people that care enough and their hearts are right, that we'll do something great here again.
For that to happen, Troop wants the city of Tulsa, which now owns much of the land here, to return property to black ownership so that African Americans are not shut out of the district's resurrection.
If the land was deeded back to people that had some tie, I think that would be the easiest way to start to repair the atrocities of the past.
The Vernon AME Church is the only building that survived the massacre.
J.W. Williams, entrepreneur, owner extraordinaire.
My great-great-grandfather was a part of that resilience. Reverend Robert Turner shows us the original cornerstone where he is listed among the founding trustees.
This is a double-sided brick wall.
The original basement is still intact, where people hid from the white mob.
If you can imagine just being in here 100 years ago, hearing the bombs go off, hearing women crying, babies screaming, and you not knowing if you're next.
Turner believes there should be reparations to families who were harmed and a long overdue criminal investigation.
You know, people can give apologetic statements, but as far as this government and this city, they've always passed the buck when it comes to being accountable for what they allowed to happen.
Turner is adding a prayer wall here outside the church, a place for people of all faiths to pray for racial healing and a better world for all. Danya Backus, CBS News, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, tonight, Gail King will host a CBS News special, Tulsa 1921, an American tragedy. It follows more stories like this one. The primetime special airs at 10/9 Central right here on CBS.